Today, we will be discussing frequently asked questions about eWIC. This webinar is the fourth in a series of 6 webinars to prepare you for eWIC implementation. The trainings include eWIC 101, what you need to know about vendor preparation, shopping with your eWIC card, frequently asked questions, eWIC policies, and eWIC and WOW. You will also be attending hands-on training at the training center approximately 1 week prior to going live in your clinic. The objectives for today's webinar are to discuss eWIC questions asked by other Maryland WIC staff members and to answer some of your questions about eWIC. The webinar will be divided into 4 content areas: clinic and certification, vendor and shopping, customer service, and foster care. Let's get started with clinic and certification. What if a participant waits until the last day, minute to redeem benefits and loses their card? Will they lose their benefits for that period? It's the same as if they lose their checks. We do not replace lost WIC checks, so we cannot do anything about a lost card with soon-to-be expired benefits. Participants must be responsible. They can call to get their card replaced, but it may take up to 7 days in the mail to receive a new card. There are very specific reasons to replace a card in clinic that are listed in the Food Issuance and Replacement Policy that will be reviewed during the eWIC policy webinar. This information will be included in the updated Rights and Responsibilities form as well. Will we still have a schedule day? There will still be a schedule day, but it will refer to the day of the month. For example, the first, second, or third day of the month, instead of day of the week, such as second Tuesday of the month. The schedule day will be used as the benefit start date for the family's benefit period, which will end 30 days later. Every member of the family will have the same schedule day based on the first date that someone in the family receives eWIC benefits. WIC staff will not be able to change the schedule day. Will there no longer be a gap or overlap in check dates with the new benefit start date system? That is correct. There will be no gaps or overlaps. If you certify a participant on August 2nd, and benefits will last through September 1st. The new benefit start period will begin on September 2nd. It will be a locked date and subsequent days of the calendar month. Can a head of household designate a card holder that is not herself? Yes, the head of household can designate one of her proxies as a card holder. We would need the card holder's date of birth and address, and the proxy would need to have proof of identification for all WIC appointments. How many months of benefits will participants receive at their WIC appointment? 3 months of benefits at a time, unless otherwise appropriate. For example, with a special formula from CAP, there may be monthly issuance. WIC staff will issue benefits at the WIC appointment. They will get 3 months of benefits issued at a time, but only the current benefit period, for example, August 2nd through September 1st, will be available for purchase right away. On 11:59 p.m. on September 1st, the benefits will expire, and the second month's benefits start dates September 2nd, ending on October 1st, will become active at 12:01 a.m. on September 2nd. What is making participants come to their new appointment if the benefits would just renew on their own? The benefits will only renew automatically in the 3-month period that the WIC staff had originally issued benefits for. After the 3-month period, participants must return for a WIC contact appointment to continue to receive benefits. This is the same as it is now. If a participant comes in for certification, they will get 3 months of benefits. They are to use those 3 months of benefits within the corresponding start and end dates. After they run out of benefits for that 3-month period, they must return for a check pickup or IND appointment to continue to receive their benefits. What if a new infant was certified midway through mom's benefit period? The infant's benefits will be prorated based on the start date of the infant's certification and ending on the same date as mom's benefits. Do participants have to sign when we issue benefits? Participants do not need to sign when benefits are issued. A signature is required when issuing an eWIC card to the cardholder. The Rights and Responsibilities form will be modified to capture acknowledgement of card receipt. What if the benefit start date for certifications on the 29th, 30th, 31st of the month, since not every month has these issue dates? Participants certified on the 29th, 30th, or 31st of the month will have a WOW-generated start date of the 28th. This allowed participants to have a consistent start date for their benefits. Is proof of ID required by participants at every visit? Yes, since there are no identifying factors on the eWIC card, proof of ID is required at every visit. They will be used at their initial visit. Then they can use their WIC identification folder thereafter if needed. Appropriate forms of ID can be found in Policy 2.23. Will WIC staff have real-time history of when participants call eWIC customer service to get a replacement card? Yes, this information will be available in WOW and will be reviewed during hands-on training. Will staff have real-time history of what benefits participants redeem and when? Again, yes, this information will be available in WOW and will be reviewed at hands-on training. Can a proxy set the PIN when the family first gets their eWIC card? Ideally, we want the primary card holder to set the PIN, and that will be the request. Now let's discuss a few vendor and shopping questions. If a participant certifies in Pilot 1 area and then travels to a non-eWIC county or area, can they use their eWIC card? Possibly. Larger chains may be able to complete eWIC transactions statewide, not just in Pilot 1 area. A list of all eWIC live stores will be available in WOW. Smaller, independent stores will go live as each county is implemented. What should participants do if they have a question about a potential new WIC-approved food? If possible, participants should get clear pictures of the label, UPC barcode, and ingredient list, and submit them to their local agency. The local agency will submit to the state agency for review. If a participant is checking out at a store and the card doesn't read at the register, what would happen? The cashier can manually type the 16-digit primary account number or PAN number, and benefits can be redeemed that way. If participants lose their receipt with the benefits balance, how will they know what food benefits they have left? Food benefits can be accessed via eWIC processors, customer service phone line, eWIC processors website, at the WIC clinic, and also using the eWIC mobile app. Is the WIC ID folder needed at the store? No, the WIC ID folder is not needed at the store. The eWIC card and PIN are required to shop. The shopping list and authorized foods list are strongly encouraged to shop. Can participants purchase mixed basket, WIC and non-WIC food items at the same transaction? Only some eWIC integrated point-of-sale systems will be able to handle a mixed basket transaction. To avoid confusion and participants paying for items they thought were WIC, we will still recommend they separate their WIC foods and non-WIC food items into separate transactions. If a participant chooses something that is a non-WIC item or goes over their fruit and veggie dollars, can they pay for the extra items? Participants should be able to use cash, credit, debit, SNAP, or temporary cash assistance to pay for any extra expense. Can participants use any checkout lane? It depends on the vendor and if the vendor has designates a full-service lane versus certain lanes that can complete WIC transactions. Participants cannot use self-checkout, even with eWIC. Do participants have to sign for their purchase? No, entering the PIN is the signature. Let's continue on with customer service. What language will be available for participants when they call Sayutran customer service to replace a lost card, etc.? Sayutran customer service will have English and Spanish options, as well as a third option for other languages. The language line will be utilized for other languages. How long is the personal identification number, or PIN? The PIN is a 4-digit number. Where can participants find the eWIC customer service phone number and website? The eWIC customer service phone number will be located on the back of the eWIC card, and on the Using Your Maryland eWIC trifold brochure we will give out in clinic. The eWIC customer service website will be located on the Using Your Maryland eWIC card trifold brochure and on the Maryland WIC website. If a participant calls eWIC customer service to get a replacement card, can they update their address during this time, if applicable? No, participants can only change their address with the WIC office. This can be done over the phone. Once the address is updated, this will in turn update the address with eWIC customer service. Our final questions relate to foster care. How will foster children's eWIC cards and accounts and WOW be organized? Foster children, with the exception of siblings, will have their own WOW account and eWIC card. If a foster child moves to a different foster home, the eWIC card can easily be canceled and the new foster parent can get a new card. Foster siblings living in the same foster home will have one WOW account and eWIC card together. How will a foster mom differentiate her biological child's eWIC card from her foster children's eWIC card? Or, if she has multiple foster children who are not siblings, how will she differentiate one foster child's eWIC card from the other? The local agency will write the foster child's name on the back of his or her card with permanent marker. What happens to benefits if a foster child is placed in the middle of the month? WOW will prorate benefits. If you have additional questions, please submit them to your coordinator. Your coordinator will submit all questions to the state office. And finally, the Department of Health and Mental Hygiene has requested to have information about Zika virus shared with all staff members when webinars are presented. Just a few highlights. Zika is generally asymptomatic or mild, and the Zika can infect someone who is pregnant, and can cause serious birth defects. The Zika virus is primarily spread through infected mosquitoes, but it can be sexually transmitted. It's very important to make sure that all standing water is removed, even in buckets, flower pots, bottles, bottle caps, tires. Important thing to do is avoid mosquito bites. So you need to apply insect repellent, wear lightweight pants and long sleeve shirts, and be sure to keep window screens in good condition. This slide shows the mosquito that spreads the Zika virus, just to be aware of what to look for. And lastly, there is a Zika Town Hall that's available on YouTube, and the link is on this slide. Also, information is updated weekly, if not daily, at the DHMH website through links to CDC. Additional questions that you may have can also be submitted, and the email address is zika.questions@maryland.gov. Please remember to submit sign-in sheets to Ayanna Green at the Training Center once all staff have completed this webinar. Thank you for your time and attention. Have a good day.